Bismillah. Okay, folks, welcome to our lesson. Okay, folks, we're going back to recording now. Right. First one, the two examples I gave you, nice, easy ones. So go on, Mr. Ali, enlighten us.
3 and 1 is 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we don't add the?
You add the bottom of the 3 as 5.
That's right. Why don't we add the bottom numbers?
Because
we're dealing in fifths. So the answer will be in fifths. Are you happy with that, Layla?
yeah,
Does that make sense? So when you add or minus fractions, we never ever add or minus the bottom numbers, always the top numbers. Because the bottom number is the fraction that you're dealing with. So you have 2/5, add 1/5, gives you 3/5. So you're answering the same type of fraction. Okay, the next question, Mr. Fahmy.
11 12s.
That will give you 8, add 3, and the top will give you 11. The bottom number gets copied across, that gets 11 12. That's a nice, easy question. Okay, now we're going to go into the questions that we need to do. Okay, now, yeah, what we need to do now, we need to go to quickly a new page. Look at the rules. What are the rules?
Can I write the rules in there?
Yeah, what are the rules? Okay, question number 1. We have 2/5 add 1/3. So when the bottom numbers are not the same, we need to make them the same. We need to make them the same. That's called making the fractions equivalent. Number 1. Whoa, that's a bit too thick, that is.
No, it looks nice, dog.
Okay, so we make the fractions equivalent.
I don't need that for the second one.
Okay. So that's what we're going to do now. So 5 and 3, the best way to make them equivalent, or one of the easiest ways to make equivalent, is by multiplying one denominator by the other denominator. So for example, so this 3 gets multiplied by the 5. Okay, right. Okay. And what we do to the bottom, we must do to the top. Now, this 5 multiplied by this 3, by the other denominator. So, times by 3, times by 3. So let's have a look what we get on the next line. So 3 times by 2 will give us
6
over
15.
And 1 times by 5 will give us
over 15. Then you add them together.
Hang on. Now, the aim in the beginning of the question was to make sure that the bottom numbers were the same before we add, because these are different size fractions. You can't just add them at the moment as they are. So by converting the fifths into 15th and the thirds into 15th, now we're talking about the same size fraction. So 2/5 is worth 6/15, 1/3 is worth 5/15. Now when we add them, we add the top numbers together. So 6 add the 5 will give us
11.
The bottom number gets copied down.
11, 15.
Okay, the bottom number does not, you do not add the bottom numbers ever.
Because you don't get 15.
You're wrong. Okay, you're only not that big. Okay, right, lovely. So that is our answer, 11 over 15 for this nice and simple question. Okay, so we made the fractions equivalent. Lovely.
You put 15 on the side instead of front.
Yeah, number 2, what do we do number 2? Once we made the equivalent, we add
Make
the top numbers only. Okay, give me 1 second. Okay, what do we do about the bottom number? Do we ever add the bottom number? So write that down. Never. Okay. Never add the bottom number. Never add the bottom numbers. So that's our answer. Now, when we look at our answer also, we need to look at the answer and say 11 over 15. What kind of fraction is this, Fahmy? This is called a? No, it's called a proper fraction. Because the top number is smaller than the bottom number. Top it would mean if the 15 was on top, 11 on the bottom. Yeah? So this is called a proper fraction. Can we simplify this fraction?
No.
No. It's not top heavy, so we are finished finally. If you can simplify it or you can change from top heavy to mixed, then you haven't finished. You need to do that before you finish.
So that's you know, you do what do you do? How do you get 10 by 5?
This one, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I want to make the 5 and 3s, I want to make fifths and thirds into the same fraction. So to make third into the same fraction as fifths, as this one, we multiply the 3 by the 5,
Yeah.
and we multiply the 5 by these. So you multiply each bottom number by the other bottom number. That makes them the same. Okay, let's look at another example.
What about if there's two whole numbers in front of it?
We haven't got there yet. You are ahead of us, young man. Okay, another example. So we have now example number 2. Okay, example number 2, we have, let's have a look at something that will involve a mixed fraction. Let's see how our answer will involve a mixed fraction. So for example, we have 4 fifths, and we add to that
6 ninths.
okay, let's see, we add to that 7
7 tenths.
ninths. Okay, now what do we do? Right, Mr. Fahmy, you can lead me to this one. So we look at these fractions. We have 2 normal fractions, 2 proper fractions. We need to make them equivalent.
You do 9 times by 5.
9 times by 5, top and bottom, and then
You do 5 times by 9, 5 times by 9.
5 times by 9, top and bottom. So you multiply each bottom number by the other bottom number.
And then you do the answers. For the first one is 35. That one is 36 and
Over.
45.
Okay.
And the next one's 35 or 45.
35.
And then you just add them, which equals 71 or 45.
So what do? We add the top numbers
Yeah.
only.
And then when you get 71 or 45, it's a top heavy, so
The bottom number, what happens? Bottom number, it gets copied across. It does not get added. It never gets added. So 36 at 35 will give us an answer of.
71.
Okay, now 71 over 45. Now we've done previous lessons, and you should know how to do this. Let's have Mr. Ali take over, please. Now, Mr. Ali, how do we deal with the top heavy answer? We have 71 over 45. What does that mean? Explain to us, please. That's called top heavy fraction. So it's the top number divided by the bottom number. So 71 divided by 45. How many 45s fit into 71?
1, 9.
1.
How? It does?
45 doesn't fit into 71. It does.
It does.
It does.
Okay, 71 divided by 45. They won't get 1 each. Okay. 45 will fit into 71 how many times?
Once.
Once. What's the remainder?
Um,
So 71 times 45.
25. No, it's 66. Oh, I was 1 off.
Okay, remainder 26. Now, let's see how we interpret this. 1 remainder 26. The 1 goes at the front. The remainder goes on the top. And the bottom number from here gets copied all the way onto the bottom.
So 126.
So top heavy fraction, does it mean like when the top numerator is bigger than the denominator?
That's what, yeah.
You have to do that.
That's called improper fraction. We have to do this, what we've been doing in the previous lesson.
Yeah.
That's it. So it's all coming together into one lesson.
So if it's improper fraction, you divide it by each other and
No, if it's improper fraction, you top number divided by bottom number. You do what it says. 71 over 45 means 71 divided by 45. Now, one of the further questions, can we simplify 126 over 45? And the answer is
Yes.
yes. Okay, what are you looking at this question? What do we do, Layla? We add the whole numbers first because they're nice and chunky and we can deal with them. So 3 add 5, Layla, will give us 8. So we added the whole numbers. That's been dealt with. Now what are we left with? So we're now left with just the fractional part. So we're left with 3/7 add 2/3. Now we need to make them equivalent. How do we make them equivalent? What do we do to them? Times them by the opposite denominator. So times them by the opposite denominator. So just follow me as we go down. Just follow me, please. Okay, good. You've done it already. So 3 times by 3 will give you 9 over 21. 2 times by 7 will give you 14 over 21. So what's 9 over 21 at 14 over 21? That will give us an answer of
23 over 21.
23 over. So this part here will give us an answer of 23 over 21. We've still got the 8 left over to add. Now what is 23 over 21? So let me just take it to the side for the moment. 23 over 21 is called a top heavy fraction. 23 divided by 21 is 1 whole. How many do we have left over? 2 over 21. So this here, 23 over 21 can be replaced by that, isn't it? Because that's what it is. So what we can do here, we can, okay, should we just, I think we should just rub it out and put it in because we don't really have space really. Okay, let's get a white now and let's make a size big. I'm just going to rub this out and put it in its place. It's equivalent. You just do on the next line down, please, because I'm limited for space on this screen. Okay, let's go back. So what is it? That's equal to 1 and 2 over 21. So far it's been nice and quick and nice and easy so far, with a little bit of addition of whole numbers. Now, how do we finish it off? Fahmi, can you finish off for me, please?
Do you do 8 plus 1?
So
8 plus, we leave the 2 and 21, but do 8 plus 1 equals 9.
So we know, how do we finish this off? So 8 add 1 and 2 21s.
9.
9 and
2 21.
2 21s. Simple. That's not hard at all. So if I give you 9 add 1 and 2 21 become 10 and 2 21s. If I gave you 20 add 1 and 2 21 become 21. Just add the whole numbers up. That's so the 8 add 1 will give us 9. And the 2 21 remains unchanged. And that is the final answer. So follow. Everybody pens down, heads up. Apart from Mr. Fahmi, you can carry on. Are you ready? Right. Okay, here we go. Let's look at these two questions. The classwork questions. We have 3/4 plus 1/3. So we need to make the bottom numbers the same, equivalent. So the fourth, quarters and thirds. So what do? We multiply by
3.
We don't write down time by 3, write 3 times. Okay. So it's 3 times. The time should be in between the numbers. And the 3, we times it by 4. So this is 9 over 12. Add. Here, look at the board. 4 over 12. That gives us what?
3 12.
So we add the top numbers. Copy the bottom number. 9 and 4 is 13 over 12. 13 over 12 is called a top heavy fraction. So 13 divided by 12 is equal to
1 and
remainder 1. And copy the bottom. Right. Next. Okay, Mr. Ali. Layla, look at the next question. 5 add 4 is equal to.
So then,
Hang on a second. 9. And then?
you
plus
plus
that, then you copy down 3 8 plus
that
1 a fourth, as in you do 4,
Now we need to make the 8 and the 4 the same. What do we do?
4 times 8.
You do even quicker than that is just double the 4. How about double the 4? It becomes 8.
8.
And that's already 8, so they already come the same. So we're saving a step. So that's 9, add 3 8s, add 2 8s. Okay, what's 3 8s and 2 8s? 5 8s. 9 add 5 8s now. So all of this becomes that. 9 add 5 8s becomes simply 9 and
5.
9 and 5 8s. 9 add 5 8s is just 9 and 9 5 8s. Halas, finish. That's those two classwork questions done.
Oh, I did it the other way around.
Okay. So this is the way we're showing you. Layla, you got that? Right. What's the next question that we are doing?
And you didn't give us another one.
I gave some of you another one.
42.
Yeah, one then.
And that was 2 and 3 7s. Add 3 and 1 14s.
Judge, you know the red one, just rub that out.
That's okay. Get a copy. Are you ready? You've done it? Come on.
Judge, I did a different way. I did.
You could do whichever way you like, as long as it gives you correct answer. You use any method you like, which is correct. I've just shown you some ideas. You can use this one or any other one that you like. Okay, right. So, Mr. Ali, tell me step 1. What do we do first?
Step one.
First, 3 plus 2.
First, what was explain that to us? We add up the
2
whole number part.
the whole number parts, which is 3 and 2, which is equal 5.
Okay, stop there for 1 second. Right. Okay, what do we do next? Layla, what do we do next? We copy down the remaining of the question, which is 3/7 plus 1 over
14.
14. Okay, I'm going to teach you something slightly different. Okay, I've told you to multiply them by the opposite numbers. You don't need to always do that. The idea of equivalent fractions, the bottom numbers should be the same. So rather than me times 7 by 14 and 14 by 7, I can simply do,
Times it by 2.
as Yusuf says, 7 times by.
2.
Once I do 7 times by 2, we'll make it into,
14.
and that's already 14. So now they are both there.
Same.
So our objective has been achieved in just one calculation rather than
2.
so you don't always have to do 2. So okay, right. Next line. Okay, let's choose here. So we copy down the 5. Now, Fatima, what happens this fraction has to become?
It becomes 6 over 14
6 over 14
plus 1
plus the 1 over 14 copy down.
equals
Now, hang on 1 second. What do we do with these two parts here? We add them up.
Yeah.
Because they're both 14. 6 14s at 1 14 gives us.
14.
So we have 5 add 7 14ths, which then simply becomes.
5 and 7 14.
It gives us 5 and 7 over 14. But we have to look at the answer here. We're going to make the 5 a bit bigger. Okay, let's do the white here and let's get rid of this. Make it look, whoa, that looks beautiful. Not really, but that was 5 and 7 14. Now, have we finished the question?
No.
That's right. You said, why haven't you finished? Because the fraction can then be
Sim-
simplified by dividing the top and bottom by 7 to give us an answer that give us our final answer of
5
5
and 1 half.
5 and 1 half. 5 and a half. Are we happy, Leila? Have you done that question? Right. We're going to have a short break now. When we come back, we're going to practice both these questions until we are 100% confident that we can do them properly for homework. Okay? So we have a short break now. Stay here.